Hi guys, hope you're well. Wanted to do a really quick video for you. I think it will be helpful. I hope it will be. No sales, nothing to buy. I'm just going to help you if you want to make money online, and I'm going to give you 5 steps that you can do today. And the purpose of these steps is if you're feeling a bit burnt out or overwhelmed or confused as to what to do, because the truth is I've been making money online for nearly 15 years. And the truth is, you always get moments like that. So you always get moments where you're feeling overwhelmed, or you always get moments where you're like, oh, I'm just not sure what to do, or this is too much hard work, or all of that was a waste of time, and so on. You know the feeling. If you've been online for any amount of time, you know the feeling of that overwhelm and sort of just ending up going round and round in circles. So what I endeavour to do with this video is give you the 5 steps that I personally use, and it's always helped me, and I hope it does the same for you. I just thought I'd do it really because it's a brilliant time to do it with the time of year. The example I'm going to use is Amazon affiliate sites, because if you're feeling overwhelmed now and not sure what to do and you're beginning, so what I mean by that, you're not making money currently, or you're making very little money, I highly recommend Amazon affiliates to get into, because it's Christmas coming up and it's literally the best time of the year. So your results are almost, it's like 4 times quicker this time of year because there'll be so many people going through to Amazon. But I digress a little bit. I'll go through it and I'll give you examples, and all you need to do is follow these steps, and I'll explain why they work, or at least they've worked for me. I hope it does the same for you. So let's get into it. So I'm going to call this the reset method. And the reason I'm going to call it that is because I believe the best thing that you can do, the best gift you have right now, is if you're feeling overwhelmed or if you're not sure what to do, at any point in your life, you can choose right now to just reset. So don't worry about the past. Don't worry about your past results. Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry how you felt all week if you've had a bad week. At any time, you can make a decision right now. Okay, reset, like starting a computer again. I'm going to start from now and plot a new destination. So this is why it's called the reset method. And the first thing that you want to do is think about how much money you want to make. So you're looking to make money online. How much? How much do you want to make? And the beauty of this is it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be closing your eyes and law of attraction stuff, which has got, I like law of attraction stuff and all metaphysical stuff and so on, but you don't need to do it. All you need to do is get a pen and paper and work out, what are you doing this for? No matter what method you're trying to make money online, what's the end result? How much do you want to make? I've got an example for you here, and I've got my recommendations. So I recommend that when you're picking that figure, you pick something that is just outside your comfort zone. So you don't want to pick the figure too small, because the work will be too much. The learning, the consistency, the having to try new things, it will be too much. If you said, right, I want to make $400 a month, chances are you won't put the work in and go through all the sort of hurdles and so on, because if you get to $400 a month, I don't know your position, but it probably won't change your life so well that it's worth carrying on with, if you see what I mean. So pick a figure where you want to be, and then just outside your comfort zone. If you're going to go for $2,000 a month, if that was your figure, and you're really, go for 3,000, something that you would push you and give you something a bit different. But all you have to do is just write down that figure. Just decide on that figure. You don't know how to, you don't need to know how to do it. You don't need any confirmation of that. Just write that down on a notepad. So that's the first thing that you want to do. I'll give you an example here. So once you've got the figure, what you want to do is break that figure down. So I've got an example here, and I'll just give you an example with Amazon affiliates. So I've got this, I worked it out on the calculator beforehand. Let's say you're going for $5,000 a month, okay? That would work out at $1,162 a week that you'd need to make. And now I'm giving an example with Amazon affiliates, but you could do it with anything. To break it down, so we're breaking it down weekly, and then 5 sites. So you got $5,000, $1,162 a week. If we built 5 Amazon sites, each one of those Amazon sites would need to make $232 a week to hit that target, okay? And then I've broken it down further. If we were to make 2 sales and get $100 commission per sale, you'd be on that target. Okay, I mean, it would be like 200, so you'd be a bit under. Or you could do four $50 commissions. So the reason I'm explaining it like that is when you break it down, we now know that all we need to do is build 5 sites, and we need to pick high paying categories. This is just with Amazon, just as an example. And we need to make 4 $50 sales, 4 $50 commission sales to reach that target. So once you've got that broken down, then you know what you're heading for. So you can put all your efforts into picking high paying niches if that's the case, or you can do it in so many different ways. ClickBank, but I've just picked Amazon as an example. The main thing I want you to get is you need a money amount, and you need to know, you need to break it down into action steps of what you're doing. So all you would have on your page, on your plan, is you'd have your money goal, and then you'd have, okay, 5,000, $1,162 a week, split down into 5 sites, making $232 a week, 2 $100 commissions per site, or 4 $50 commissions per site, and you've reached the goal. And then what I suggest you do then is what you've got then is you've got a little plan and you've got your goal. And then the third step is dreaming. Okay, what I want you to do is once you've done that, I want you to think about that money coming in, and I want you to think about actual goals that you'd have. What would you do with the money? See, money, you're never making money for money's sake. You're making money because of the way it would improve your life. Would it mean an extra vacation for you? Would it mean a new car? Would it mean some house improvements? Would it mean new clothes? And you want to write this down, because that's what you're heading for. And that's what will get you through all of the actually doing it, all of the work. See, the thing is, I'll just explain. Unless you have that picture in your mind, unless you have the goals and the how-to broken down, you can always change it, and you can always change the goals. And unless you know why you're doing it, the chances are you won't ever end up doing it, because most of us are comfortable. Now, what I mean by that is you might want more money and you might be in a bad position, but if most of you watching this have got a roof over your head, and if you're comfortable, it's almost like, well, I don't absolutely need to do it. It's like an addition. So you need to make it, like Tony Robbins says, you need to turn your shoulds into musts. And the way that you do that is through inspiration. Another really good saying is from a guy called Dan Penner. If you're going to check him out on YouTube, just be careful, because he doesn't hold back on the swear words. But he's quite a motivational guy. He's I think he's a millionaire or billionaire. And he said this: there's only 2 reasons why people make a change in their life: inspiration and desperation. And it's normally the latter. So the key with this stuff is not waiting until you're desperate, because you haven't got much stuff inside yourself to pull out to be able to do this, because you'll be too fretful and too frightened and all of that stuff mentally. So what you want to do is do it like inspiration, and what will inspire you is by knowing exactly where you're heading. It might not work out exactly how you want, but you can always change all these things. And it sounds silly doing them because it's not going to make much of a difference today. But if you've got that plan down, if you know your goals, where you're heading, if you've broke it down and know the actions that you need to take, and then the third step is what would it do for you genuinely, and you've got your dreams down, and maybe another holiday, or you've got your dreams down. So that will be personal for you. So you've got these 3 things done. What do you do then? Number 4, schedule time and commit to the work. Okay, so the only reason that you can't do those things with Amazon or ClickBank is either you don't know how to do it, which is absolutely fine, because the beauty as well right now is that it's so easy to find information about how to do something. So you need to work out what's blocking you from doing it. Is it the know-how, or is it the actual work? And it doesn't matter which one it is. You just need to be honest with yourself and work. Okay, I'm not really committing time to this. I'm sort of looking at stuff, buying products, whatever it may be. Or it may be the learning curve. I just can't get past the learning curve. So you need to commit even before you. So you've got your goals down, but you might say, okay, for the first 3 weeks, I'm going to commit to learning this and actually take action. Stop right now and start going through with a notepad and really commit to learning. A bit like when I'll give you an example. It was for me like a driving test. Okay, you know, you really commit to that to pass it, because you sort of think maybe you failed a few times, and then for me, I was like, oh, I need to pass this. I really want to have it done. So you need to work out what's blocking you. And to do that, I recommend that you schedule your time of work. So you don't just stay on the computer all day looking at stuff. You say, okay, you might do a few things, but you might say from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. every day, or whatever your hours that you want to set, is just Amazon stuff and carrying out this plan. What's blocking me? What's the first thing I need to do? So if you don't know how to do it, you need to know how to do it. And that would be your first thing, okay? If you know how to do it and you just don't end up building them or adding content, that's what you need to focus on, which brings me to the 5th step. Just focus on the money tasks, okay? So the danger with this stuff is, we've gone through, I'll give you the steps again. Number 1, like what would you do with the money? What are you doing this for? What are you investing your time for? Number 4, schedule real time and the work and find out what's blocking you from doing it. And number 5, make sure that when you do that, you just focus on money tasks. So the purpose of doing this is that you want to make money. And let's say you have to get past the learning curve, you have to learn it. Well, that's not specifically a money task because you need to learn it, but you have to be able to do it to move forward. So that's going to be your first thing, okay? But when you start implementing it, so with Amazon sites, when you start adding content, doing the SEO, adding the categories and the links, just focus on that. Just focus on the stuff that will actually result in money, rather than spending that time searching for better ways of doing things, searching for plugins, changing the color of the theme, changing the font size, being too analytical, going through the stats and so on, because I'm not knocking these things, but in my experience, a lot of the thing that holds people back is they get so caught up on all this, tangled up on all of this, that if you look at the actual work being done, there's not a huge amount. So just focus on the stuff, and I can virtually guarantee you that you will get results faster, and it's coming up to the best time. So implement those steps, take what's useful to you. I hope that helps. That's exactly the 5-step process that I do anytime I get a bit overwhelmed, or oh, what should I do today? I'm not sure what to do. That's the 5 steps that I go through. The reset method. I go reset totally. Maybe, you know, take the day off, go for a walk, chill out, and then come back to it and follow those 5 steps. Set your goals, break them down so you know what you need to do. Figure out why you're doing it, like actually work out why you're doing it. Schedule the time of work. So I know it's not like working for someone else, but you want to schedule it down. 3 hours, 4 hours a day, 2 hours, or even 1 hour a day. But you want to have absolutely time that you commit. You've got your goals, you've broken it down, you know what you need to do, and then just commit time to making it happen. And you'll find that the results come faster because of that. Because there is no magic trick, there's no push button system and so on, and you can carry on like trying to find it, and I wish you luck with that if that's what you want to do. I'm not knocking any of those things. I'm just saying, after 15 years, that if you follow those steps, all it is your goals, a plan, and the consistency of action, and not getting caught up on all the stuff. So I hope that's helped. They're the 5 steps I follow. Go and use them, and modify them to what you want, you know, change it round. But I hope that works for you, and have a fantastic Friday. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you really, really soon. Cheers.